It is still the conversation here on Lagos Television. Thank you for staying tuned. On this side, we'll be discussing expectations from incoming local government chairmen and, of course, their councillors as well. As the elected chairmen and councillors in the 20 local government areas and 37 local council development areas will be receiving their certificate of return today, Wednesday, as announced by the chairman of LASEC. And this brings us to our conversation today. What are the expectations from the incoming local government chairman? And joining us to discuss this topic is Prince Ibrahim Oladega, member 2025 local government elections. You're welcome, sir.
Yes, you said member anyway.
I don't think they wrote the hair. They didn't write it well. So let me
yes.
just take it here from my end. He is a member of the local government election 57 wise men. So just before we came on the show, you're welcome.
Yes, a very wonderful morning to Nigerians across, because it's LTV. I guess everyone is watching.
So just before we came to this, I was asking. I said I didn't know that there was 57 wise men. I only know about the 3 wise men in the Bible. So and he was explaining. So you but just want to explain for those who don't
it was just
understand.
the decision of the party. 24 hours to the elections, the leadership of the party felt that they needed to also have independent, party faithful who's going to give them objective reports of the elections, and aside from the coalition officers and the rest. And so they came up with the ideas that they should have 57. They named them wise men anyway, and I never knew I was so wise until that time. And so it was a gathering of amiable personality, members of assembly, commissioners, and others. Gather them together and give us that task to also go back to our various local government, make sure things are done properly, and also to give them details at when deemed necessary. And they don't want alarmists. People who could solve problem at the time that it matters. So that was why they came up with that concept of the 57 wise men.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on the before we get into the conversation, the just concluded local government elections? What you're giving an overview of how it went. What are your thoughts?
Yes, the election is not new in Lagos. Anyway, we've been part of it for a long time, and so and you have to look at it. Historically, the local government administration started from Lagos. Before others, you could see the colonial masters want to have a way to have a smooth, governance, and they created that, and that in Lagos. So as far as Lagos is concerned, the idea of local government election is not new to us, and the just concluded election was nothing different. It's the way Lagosian has always been part of our elections. Coming out, everybody has the right to vote who their choice is, irrespective of your political party and all that. So it was an election, it's come and gone, and so people that for now they are going to receive their certificate. It shows that, and for now I don't think there's any case in court anyway, except if the appeal. Definitely the last will also give room for other people who felt they were probably aggrieved one or the other way around. But I think for now the councillors and the the incoming chairman in our local government and LCDs, the election was good, was free and fair. Everybody has all liberty to go out in mass and cast their vote.
So before we get into the expectations from the new elected local government chairman now, let's look at the role, holistically, the roles of local government chairmen. How important is it to grassroots development, seeing that it is the government that is closest to the people?
Yes, you see, we have to understand one thing is that for every laws we make, either at the National Assembly or the State Assembly, we are making law for local government. And implementing those laws means we are implementing those laws in every local government. So it shows that it's just like the inverted pyramid. Anyway, you have to see from coming from up and down, and that is why you see that the local aspect is where it matters. The roads, creating the roads in Abuja, the floor of the house or blah blah blah. Everything still come back to the local government. And that is why somebody have to be responsible, have to be in charge to be able to make sure that the ideas and also the dream, coming from the upper one, from the upper down, is being achieved. And that is why you have to have the local government. And you have to understand the fact that I said it is not new. We have to even understand that from the genesis, the local government has always been involved. Remember, Lagos Island was where it happens and all that time. So you could see that they play a major role because first is that they live with the people, they relate with the people, the CDC, CDC, the CDAs, the obas and chiefs, and everyone, the market, everyone, reside in that particular local government. So it's actually the main person who is the rallying point. Someone you can get easily get to get the governor of Lagos. It's not easy because he has so many things to attend to. But the local government chairman has responsibility. Just one is that local government. That is why it is very, very essential that local government. Yes, you're looking at the roles. Diverse roles. They play major roles. Like I said, first they are the chief security officer of that local government. If anything happens in my local government, the first call from the governor will be that person who's going to give them a brief of what happened. So you could see that is the link between the grassroots and also to other layers of government over there. So it's a responsibility that was clearly stated and spelled out even in the Constitution of Nigeria.
All right, now let's move into the expectations from the incoming local government chairman. What are the key priorities that they should focus on?
Yes, first is that they need to have stakeholders meeting now. There's a difference between you having ideas and having what you want to do. But sometimes you have to also consider what does the people want. So I might have my own manifestos coming in government. This is what I want to do. But I should also be able to first familiarize with the community. Like I said, stakeholders meeting is essential. Some people, they call it town hall meeting. I don't know. It comes in different ways so that the people will tell you, we need roads here, not water. We need water here. We need market in that place. What kind of market do you want? Do you want a clear clamp market, or want the new ultra-modern market where the minimum you could have is like 30 million to have that? And you have to understand that the grassroots who are also you have to understand that can only pay 2 million, 3 million naira. So you have to understand those things first. So understand, the first thing is that you have to first come to office, make sure you have stakeholders meeting, meet them. The chiefs, even the police officers too, the DPO will come, brief you, give you details of, this is the areas, these are things we need, for operations, everything. That will be, inclusive governance now. And also those you have run election with, during the primaries and all, these are time you have a governance where everybody will be involved. They have to be involved too. You also need their support, you need their ideas, you need their contributions. Let me tell you, I also run in these elections. I was also part of the aspirants, during the primary elections. And the moment the candidate emerged, so we were supposed to have reconciliation meetings. And she said something that gladdens my heart, and that's Tola Abubakar Oyedele Aduni. That's the incoming chairman at Boiketo. And I said, I might be wrong, but this is the best I could put it. I want everyone, if you can, just gather your manifestos, everyone, let me have it, so that I can walk around with it. You also have ideas, you also have your plans too, but eventually I won. But I want to let you know it is our governance, so that let's have what you all have in your own agenda, so that we can put it together. That is the kind of person who's ready to work and also to bring everybody on board.
All right, fantastic. Okay, now on the part of residents, looking at let's do a review of those who will be leaving office. I know some of them are coming back, and while you have new people coming into the office. So if you do a review of how they have run the government, what do you think are the expectations of the people? What are the things that you feel are on the lips of the masses at the moment?
Yes, you see, you have to understand that every local government differs. What the people of Ikeja want is different from what the people of Surulere want anyway. And you have to understand that the people will always prioritize their needs, and the doorstep of the council chairman is where they think the needs are. First, that the people, the outgoing chairman must have had their own days too. It depends on how many more years have you spent, either 8 years or 4 years. There are some who spend 4 years and they will not return back. Like I said, every local government has their own peculiarity. But I can tell you that no matter how fantastic you are, you still have to listen to the people. And that is why you have the councilors now. So the outgoing must have had their own footprint. A lot must have been worked on, developed to make sure people get ideas, and also get true reflections of what they also promised, why they were also campaigning, and when they had the chance to be in office. So I guess for now they have to take a cue from them. take a clip from them. Where did you stop? Which of the areas? And that's why the handing over things matters too. And I don't know if that happens in local government anyway. Well, I guess it happens in state government, where I have to brief you. This is what happened. This is blah blah blah. These are people. I guess they have to.
Yeah, I'm sure they will have a way.
They have
doing
a way,
that.
a way of meeting at that point, and that is why you have the council managers. The council managers are the civil servants, who stays, and you have to meet them in office. They are also abreast of every activities in the council. They knows, who the council is owing, who they are not owing, and those. And so I guess, for those coming and those, going, there's a symbiotic somewhere where they are going to meet, and so compare notes, and so that the new governance can take place.
The councillors, now we can't leave them out of this because they also were elected. What are your expectations? What are their roles and responsibilities?
You see, their roles in papers are different from the roles in operations. Yes, they are like the members of the assembly, and in the state assembly, the head of the assembly is referred to as speaker, but in local government they are referred to as leader of the house anyway. And so because of the margins, how they come on board, they might not be able to work effectively.
Why is that?
Yes, you have to understand the fact that there's a strong synergy from the council chairman and the councillors right from the time they are campaigning. We have had time where some council chairman has 4, probably your word is 7 words, and so I was coming in, I already had 4 friends. You are my friends already coming on board. So coming on board, there was going to be a lot of you won't expect something much more, because it's going to be, because it's the same local government, they know each other, they must have worked together somewhere, so you might not be able to have that check and balancing, because you have to understand that the All Progressive Congress, which is the party that controls Lagos from inception till now, it's a leadership party. Everybody is a product of leadership, from one ward to the other. So oftentimes you won't expect, stronger crisis. There are things that the leadership of the party will have a way of telling the governor, you have to do it this way, because they understand the local government much more. They must have passed through local government either as council chairman or super or councillors, and so on. That time, I think it's going to be, an effective governance between the council chairman and the councillors. It's not going to have much more issue of probably disagreement. No. It's going to be a way of resolving issues among themselves, because they are part of the genesis of the election, from campaign to the final time they are all elected in office.
So the councillors are they are the legislative arm of the local government. Now
they also make law too.
They make law.
So it's called bylaw.
Bylaws, yeah. Yes. So do you think that the people really understand their roles and responsibilities, because they come from different wards, they are representing different wards in that council area? And do you think that the people understand why they are elected, or why they have elected these people into these offices? Do they understand what they should do? Or aside from making laws, what other things do they do?
Maybe I need to tell you now in retrospect that the former chairman of the Conference of Speakers in Nigeria, who happened to be the speaker of the Lagos State Assembly, was almost a councillor in Agege local government. You understand? So it's like a starting point for them, understanding the laws, understanding the laws, from the beginning, from the grassroots, before you proceed. So it's a way. Yes, people undervalue them, underrate them, because of the simplicity of governance. They don't have the liberty of having, the exotic cars, and people want to see branding and all that. But the fact is that they play a major role, and people also respect them too, because there's no way. What if I tell you in my areas where you have to see that, we have to consider probably looking at the traffic, congestion in that area, and we have to make some laws to say that, this road is now one way. It is the councillors that will do that. They have to come and see it and tell you that, what, sitting from today, this road is not the usual road again, is now one way. You can understand if they have such rules. You can imagine how important they are. And I guess the people also understand them. They understand, yes. They will also have their own itch sometimes, because it's also going to be like the usual check and balancing, the dog and all the things, to also, back at the chairman, so that, because they're also coming from different words where there are people are telling them to do this and do that, and they don't have that. It is the council chairman who receiving the fact now, not the jack again now. So they also believe that there are areas we they are representing also deserve some things, and the people are also on their neck too. So the more the people on their neck, the more they will also come to have a way of telling the chairman, Mr. Chairman, my chair, subtle ways, to be the usual. You understand? So that's it.
Okay. So let's now break it down. Let's look at various sectors. We have health, we have education, we have security, we have empowerment, and what have you. What are the expectations, or what are your expectations from this incoming chairman? What are they supposed to do? I know that those who are leaving the office have done some things, and so there is a bar has been set. So what are the expectations for the new chairman coming in, to also excel in these various sectors?
You see, in Lagos, we have our own benchmark. Lagos as a whole, we have a benchmark, and you could see it is the theme agenda of Mr. Governor, now theme plus. So it's just like having the baby reflections of theme agenda. You understand? The governor is operating that at the state level, and they will also be operating that at the local level. It's as simple as that. You see that Mr. Governor prioritizes health, prioritize education, everything, inclusive in that same agenda plus. So also they will also take a clue, from that, take a cue from the same agenda of Mr. Governor, and everything will just be as easy because we have a benchmark already. We have a model, a functioning model that has been on for a very long time. So there's no issue with that. Since that Yoruba says that you are okay.
I understand Yoruba.
You said you understand? I guess, do you know what Omo?
You know Asho. I know Iya.
Do you know Ipele?
Yes, you put it on your.
You understand? So if like you have a child who knows the way you dress already, and so each time what is also in a mind is the way of picture. So that's it. So they have a benchmark, a model, effective model that has been on for a long time, and that's made Lagos be. You have to understand the fact that Lagos State has is the benchmark when you want to compare and contrast local government administration in Nigeria. Lagos State is number one. I've been to I served the Speaker of the Federal Representatives in that Assembly as special advisor on political matter in Southwest. So it gave me the room to visit so many Southwest states, and I can tell you no state they are not as I can't imagine that. Lagos is a model. It is an effective role model of effective local government administration in Nigeria. Go to the north, that's another story entirely. But in Lagos, so you go to our council, go to our local government, you will see that there is a sheriff in town. The people are involved. There is an authority in our local government system. So, like I said, we have a functioning, role model, which is Mr. Governor, and all we need to do is just take a cue from what he's doing, and everything is effective.
It seems like you're just giving a pass mark, but it's okay. I'm still going back to that question again. So the PHCs are under the local government chairman. The primary schools are under the local government chairman. Are you satisfied when you look at the primary schools around in various local governments, look at the PHCs? Are you satisfied with the level or the service delivery that you see rendered there?
You see, like I said, politics is local.
What more can they do?
Yes, I guess they should prioritize expectations. Health and education matters most. You have to understand that health is a priority, and education is priority, and you can also see that that reflections in Mr. Governor's achievement over the time. So I want to believe that they should prioritize those two key areas. And you have to look at the economy, which is the market, ops, and all that. But our schools, health, yes, it is, because I've seen that about some days now, the wife of the vice president of Nigeria was in Lagos, just to commission an health center. Instead of calling it hospital, because sometimes when you see the structures of what so you felt like, is this an health center? So I might not be the fan of the person who has done that, but she has done that, and we have to commend her for that. You understand? So if the wife of the vice president could leave the FCT and come to commission. You should be able to understand what you want to commission. You understand? And that's it. And also go to different areas in Shomolu, in Surulere, and all that, in Gbogbo. They are effective. Go to Bariga City. They are there. You could see the total reflections of what the funding from the federal government is. You could see what they were using those funds to do.
Okay, there is a notion that, especially when it comes to local government and governance, and you could see that even during the elections, a lot of people didn't come out to vote. So the voter apathy is an issue. But again, and that's because this notion is there that they don't want to get involved with the local government thing, and they also feel that those coming into the office are just coming to eat money and not do anything. That notion is there. And so on the part of the local government chairman, that's those coming into the office, what can they do to help present themselves to be seen as accountable to the people?
Yes, I think we are going back to where we started from. I said the first is that you must be able to prioritize the need of the people according to what the people want, what they want. Yes, you have a notions. It's a notion anyway that they believe they are coming there to come and eat or something. Anyway, I don't know. Everybody eats. I just ate when I was. So I think my wife gave me something to eat anyway.
Okay.
So
eating is different from eating. No?
Oh, okay, eating. Okay, different eating. Okay, so yes, the people want to see their council chairman working. Mm-hmm. They want to see their sleeves rose. They don't want to see a council chairman who want to have a birthday and she want to sell a shrebi of 500,000 naira. They have seen that, a council chairman who want to, do a birthday, and I think I read it somewhere. I said I want to sell a shrebi. They feel, you can imagine the economy. So they want leadership example. First, they want to see the council chairman who lives in their local government, mm-hmm. Someone who is accessible, someone who have respect for leadership, someone who have respect for the monarchs, who have respect for the chiefs, who have respect for religious leaders, who has respect for everybody in that local government. Someone they want to see a servant-like leader, not a council chairman who see himself as a boss or above everyone and felt like I'm there. No. So it's leadership by example. I've had a case of a council chairman who went to the palace of Andoba and had, because of protocol, and slapped the prince of that local government. The prince before the king. Here in Lagos, it happens in Lagos. You can imagine that. So you can imagine what will be in the minds of those people. You can imagine what will happen. And what I've said, even not because there was CCTV footage, the council chairman would have denied it. So they want to see, a total reflections of a servant-like leader. The someone people can assess. They have the opportunity to see someone they can call upon at any time and will answer them. So when you have all those qualities, the people will automatically, follow you. You understand? And that's it. It's as simple as that. Reflections, leadership is by example.
So since you've mentioned traditional rulers, we also have the religious leaders as well. We have the community leaders, the CDC, CDAs, and also how important is collaboration between the executive chairman and these leaders at the different levels?
Yes, they have a way of meeting. They meet once in a month. They call it peace and security meetings, where the council chairman, the DPO, and the OBAs, sit together because definitely, you see, there are also some organs of traditional leaders called the bales, and they call them Okoru. So they assume that the Ilu is the wife, the community is the wife, so they are the husbands, so they know everything that goes. So they also report to the kings, and the kings also bring that report to the table of the council chairman, most especially on that peace and security meeting. So it's a periodical things they meet once in a month to also look at areas where they can improve on in terms of security and otherwise, because you have to understand that security matters, and peace, there's nothing we could do that can ever overshadow the strength of peace. The reason why we're in the studio now is because there's relatively peace in LTV. If there are crises, it is possible, will not be. So also in every community. So they meet every month to look at things, iron on things, and see where they can, help each other.
So still going back to participation in governance from the people now, what advice do you have for the new chairman as to encourage people to get involved in governance at the grassroots?
Like I said, it's still my genesis of answering these questions. Before coming on board to say that I want to run as a council chairman, I have what I want to do. I have my people. I also believe I share their pains. There's in my own local government. Let me give you an example of my local government. My LCDs. I'm from Agboike to LCDA, and for every October, November, when the dam, there's a central dam, so the Agboyi will be flooded, and when it's been flooded, you could see a lot of people will be displaced. They have to move from one
their
area
houses
to another, and you could see people coming from different areas, the NGOs, the NEMA, they'll come to Agboyi to give them aids, give them support, and see, because the water it's not a natural thing, it is an artificial thing from the water basin and all that. So they have a way of coming. So they want to see a council chairman that will also be part of those who will come and meet them and feel them. I can tell you now, in the last 7.5 years, no council chairman has visited them when they have that kind of issues. And the federal government has been able to visit that place, NEMA, NGOs, but the council chairman has never visited them in the last 7.5 years. So if you have the opportunity of having someone coming in now, you should be able to understand that when it is October, November, automatically, because they are riverine areas, they live in their island, Agboyi, which is the island, when that water basin or the what is it called is open, they call it dam. You understand? The flows we automatic from Isheri, the Ogun River. If you come, they also want people who will share their pains, who will laugh when they are laughing, who will cry when they are crying too. And that is why it is a social contract. What the people are giving you is social contract. You must be able to be involved around them at every time. Not it is only when they want to do, you have to be involved. So anybody coming in now should be able to also pen that down. And it also, every local government has their own problem. The council chairman must be able to understand those problems, provide solutions, because governance is about providing solutions. But that is why you say, I want to be involved. You have to be ready to bring in solutions that will be able to put smile in the face of the people.
So during campaign now, every aspirant would have a manifesto.
Of course.
Make promises to the people. This is what I'm going to do for you when I get into office and all that. And so there's also a notion again that the times of the season of campaign, the season you will just make promises, and then when we vote you in and you get there, we can't have access to you. You don't deliver on your promises. So how important now is it for the new chairman, to keep to their promise, and everything that they have itemized in their manifesto, they ensure that they do it?
You see, it's a social media world. And if there's anything politicians fear more now is the social media, because they have a way of reminding you of,
internet never forgets.
Yes, how you say it, even your expression when you're saying it, and they tell you now, yes, you said it. They will bring the clips. So people should be involved. They should document every words from the politicians, so that will be a check, that will be a guide. Be a check, be a guide, so to tell you, because sometimes you have to also, you have. Let me give you an example of when NSAS came. The government of Lagos has so many things they want to do, but when NSAS, came on board, they have to prioritize the needed things at that time. The BRT were bounced down, so ordinarily they have to make sure the BRT are replaced, or else there's going to be issues in our traffic system. So sometimes when the council chairmen are coming, they are coming with a lot of expectations. But when they get there, they have to prioritize the need according to what is happening.
What they meet on ground.
On ground. They have to. You won't tell me, because I said I'm going to come and I'm going to have 27 roads. Who tells you 27 roads is far more better than having an health center where we don't have one before? So they have to make sure they prioritize the needs at that time. The need and want are different. So the needs are most important at that particular time. And people will remind them. So they have a way of telling them, yes, we wanted to do this. That's what I said. There must be continuous stakeholders meeting. Yes. So that people will be aware that, oh yes, we wanted to do this, but you are also aware that something, came on board, and you have to also look at areas.
So what are some pitfalls that this new chairman should avoid?
First, they have to understand the fact that governance is continuity, and they have to understand that there's a synergy between the council chairman, members of assembly, and the House of Representatives. They are also representing that constituency. I've had time to see some council chairmen who are not, in good relationship with the House of Reps. And what do you expect from the House of Rep to bring? I've had time to see an House of Rep member who has brought a secondary school to particular areas, and the council chairman went there to dislodge the federal workers, saying the fact that he was not informed, and the community actually needed that secondary school, to tell the House of Rep. The House of Rep brought the school. It was on the foundation day the council chairman came to that place and dislodged the federal workers. It was the community who have to also chase the council chairman away. So you have to understand that any council chairman coming now must be able to build a relationship between the assembly members and the rep, so that they are going to be in the same, flow of ideas, so that when the people need something, they are not everything. The council chairman won't do everything, just like the state government won't do everything. That sometimes the state government have to work to look up to the federal government, and so this is a federal project. I've had time to see a project that was supposed to be done by the state government, and the federal government came to do that project. The moment the state government saw the federal government, they said, it's even good. We have other things to do. And they allowed them. So coming in on board as executive chairman, you must be able to work hand in hand with your assembly members and also with your House of Rep members.
Any other advice?
Other advice is they should be able to embrace criticism. Constructive criticisms makes an effective leader. Any leader that does not embrace criticism is not worthy to be a leader at all. No matter how fantastic you are, if you cannot, the best of the best leaders are those who take, ideas from those who criticize them. You take it and use it. There are those who take stones and build houses. You keep stoning me, and I kept gathering the stones and build my own house. So they must be able to see those criticizing them as their friends. And then people should also embrace constructive criticisms. There are willers, there are those who criticize. They should be able to separate that. They should have a common ground, a way to also tell them, those in power, this is what we should do. Sometimes you might be able to think they can do it. It is possible they might not be able. But when you don't have a common ground to say it, you get issues. So, like I said, they should take criticism as a key factor that will make them succeed.
Okay, finally now, we have talked about those elected. Let's talk about the people now that elected them. So what message do you have for the people, even as the new chairman will be, taking up these new offices? What message do you have for them towards ensuring that our governance is smooth at the grassroots level, towards ensuring that they give them their full support?
Yes, to us now, the people now, to us the people. We should not add to the burden of the newly elected council chairman.
What do you mean add to the burden?
They are not elected to pay our children's school fees.
Okay.
They are not elected to pay for weddings or birthday parties. They are coming in to be in charge of governance. And when I mean governance, I mean our health sectors, our road sectors, and all that. You see, there are local government who don't have what is it called? Cemeteries. They have to travel far away to go to other states. These are things they want to do. Give them ideas. They are land somewhere. We have about some lands. You can come and acquire it and pay them. They will pay you. Give them constructive ideas. They are not there to come and pay for Ashoebi and the commons and all that. They should shun all that. You understand? Those are the people, it's so when you see a grassroots politicians, this is how they live their life. They pay for people's, children's school fees. Those are not part of governance. They are not part of it. If anybody is doing it, it's just doing it, just probably on relationship wise. So they should be able to support them with ideas, prayers, and also support them with constructive criticism.
Support them with ideas, prayers, very important. The Bible says, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. So in this case, pray for the peace of your local government. Thank you so much, Prince Ibrahim Oladega, member of the 57 2025 local government elections wise men. Thank you so much for sharing your insight on the conversation today. We've been talking about the expectations from incoming local government chairmen. Quite an insightful conversation.
Thank you very much.
The program continues shortly. Stay with us.